it is Crystal with Pineapple Papers, and I am back with a Spiegel Mom Scraps Design Team layout. And Amber had sent me this really cool kind of stripy mixed media background, and I thought it would be fun to do with some shimmers. So my first thought was to use my water spray bottle and make the circle, but it wouldn't keep enough of the shimmers paints actually on it. So then I grabbed a paintbrush, and at first I thought I was going to actually use the small side of the paintbrush, but it seemed to create like a softer line and a wider line. I really wanted that like sketchy draw line. And so the back of the paintbrush actually worked the best. So I am using 5 different colors. The first one is Orchestrata, and that's that purple that is beautiful. Then the pink is Moulin Rouge. The green is It's Meant to Be. And the blue is Peacock's Plume. And then for the center, I'm going to use a Blings in Gold Shimmer, and I'm just going to paint that on. So I did not let this dry in between. I was not super patient, and I just made sure not to combine them too much because I didn't want to create any like muddiness to the colors. But I do love how it turns out. So I would totally encourage you to try this technique out. If you want your circle to not look like a lopsided egg like mine is, you may want to draw a circle like with a plate or something, and then just kind of follow that line, and it wouldn't look so lopsided. So because it is kind of a lopsided circle, I did decide to cut it down a little bit to create a border for the backing of it. And yes, I made a mess. That's what happens. But I wasn't going to waste that beautiful gold, so I just took what was on my table and used it. It does clean up really well. So you can see here it's all dry. This is where I'm going to trim it down to make sure that it looks a little more centered on the paper, because it's not at this point. It's not very centered on the paper. And then I will kind of toy with the idea of where to put the photo to make it look more circular. So I was just cutting it off. I was not measuring. And then I realized I probably want the same amount cut off of each side so that it fits perfectly like a square on the background paper. And that's why I had to measure. So for my background paper, I'm using this one from Chamel's Sparkle City. And I'm actually using the purple side. And I am going to gut it because it is beautiful. And I picked this up at Joann's, which I'm so excited that Joann's is carrying like actual paper. Like normally their paper is super thin and one-sided, so I am super excited. And you know, I never really thought I was a Chamel scrapper, but I love this Sparkle City. So I don't know what it is about it, but I absolutely love it. So now that I've gutted it, I am just going to tape it down. And it didn't warp too bad. So the white paper that I use is actually from Joann's, and it's 110-pound paper. So it's pretty thick. So this is the picture I am going to be scrapbooking today, and it is one of my favorite pictures, and I just haven't found the right items to scrapbook it. And I just felt like this one today was perfect. I I felt so honored to be on this team with all of these amazing ladies. And so this definitely needs to get in an album. So I am going to take the piece that I cut out from the backing and I'm going to back it with the blue as well as the purple. And I'm trying to be very cautious to not waste any of that paper. Not that Joann's isn't 6 minutes away from my house, but I'm you're just never sure. I mean, it may be a 2 o'clock in the morning layout and I need to have it. So I want the photo to pop off the page a little bit. So I've decided to add a doily behind. And then I have pulled out a ton of sequins. So my idea with the sequins is to take some of the pieces and basically do color on color with the shimmers. So I've pulled a heart's key, and I'm actually pulling the hearts out of this one, as well as a couple of the white sequins. I am using Aquatini Dreams, A Dose of Reality, Spring Fling, Magical Unicorn, Happy Vibes, and Hippity Hoppity. So tons of sequins make it on this layout, and to me, it's just gorgeous. Like, I love how it works. So I am just going through and literally placing them one by one, kind of deciding where they're going to go on what color, and then I will glue them all down later. But I do actually lay it all out. I don't know what it is about this layout, but I wanted it to be perfect, that it was in my brain. And so there it is, all done. I have taken those cute little iridescent stars and sprinkled them all over, as well as the rustic stars wood veneer from the shop as well. So now I am going to the Sparkle City sticker sheet, and I'm just going to pull out a few things. I love that top piece that says go big or go home, because that's just kind of how I feel, and that's kind of how this layout is. So it was a fun sticker sheet to use. So the title says Above All Else Sparkle, which I thought was perfect for a picture of all of the sparklers. And the tiny word stickers say together, so magical and happy. And then I'm going to go through the ephemera pack of Whimsical, because there's so many like crafty things in there. I thought that would be a good collection. And I like that pin that said create, but I didn't want to bring a dark black in, so that's going to go to the side. I did have that butterfly kind of sitting off to the side, but that will get swapped out with a different butterfly actually. And I'm adding a floral from the sticker sheet of Whimsical, and then I decide I am going to go through a couple of my other things. So that Think Crafty, I believe, is from Glitter Girl. And then that cute banner is a Heidi swap piece. And this is the butterfly I swap it with, and it is from Maggie Holmes' Willow Lane. So that is my layout for you guys today. I am in love with it. Here are the close-ups. If you have any questions about anything, please leave them down in the comments. And you can see there I added a little bow and a star next to the picture of me and in the thing to kind of point that out in case whoever is looking at it doesn't know. So you can use my code Crystal15 to save 15% in the shop anytime. So remember to wear your crown, and we'll see you next time.